This is week 7 of the weekly rundown. This week has all been horror films. Pretty much like we all guessed I'd do, since I said that earlier, that all of October I'm watching horror films. But let's get into this. I watched some really good ones this week. Movies I like and enjoyed. Of course, I picked the norms, but I have been thinking about doing my random generator again on just random horror films I own. So maybe this following week will be just different things, stuff I might have not seen yet, but who knows. So there were 11 this week. Not a lot, but it's more than one a day. So that worked out, I guess. Coming in at number 11, this movie came out in 2017. Game of Death. It was interesting. Wasn't bad. Some of the acting was meh, but you could tell the actors and actresses were having fun on set. Basically, the film is they play this game, and if you don't kill somebody in X amount of time, one of the players' heads will explode. Interesting concept. It was alright. Wasn't like the best film. That's why I gave it 2 stars. But I enjoyed it for what it was. So, I mean, if you want something to watch that might be entertaining to you, there you go. Okay, coming in at number 10. This movie came out in 1972. I gave it 3 stars. I'm kind of sad I put it so low on my list, but if you've seen it, you'll know. It's The Last House on the Left. The original. The acting is so bad. So bad. But I mean, it's still a classic. So for that, it gets 3 stars. For being a classic. But the acting is not great at all. Freaking, I'm sorry, the whole concept of them kidnapping somebody and somehow they magically end up right by their house just doesn't work for me. I mean, the odds of that actually happening are so slim. And I think that's why I don't like the movie itself. But it still gets a 3 star from me for being a classic. Coming in at number 9, this movie came out in 2013. It also gets 3 stars. Curse of Chucky. Basically, this movie was going to be kind of a soft reboot, I guess. But it ended up being a sequel to the series, and it continued. And it was introducing us to some new characters. But it was still kind of slow to me. The kills were kind of cheesy. They were entertaining, they were gory. That was cool, but it still wasn't the greatest Chucky. So that's why I got 3 stars. Now this one might bug a lot of people, but number 8, this movie came out in 2021. Halloween Kills. I gave it 3 stars. Now you might ask, that movie was great. Why are you giving it such a low rating? It was alright. Nothing special. Michael Myers is killing random people for no reason. I mean, there's a reason, but they went for the gore factor, which was cool. The mob mentality for the people attacking him is what gave it lower stars for me. So, I mean, they all went one at a time. Yeah, I get it. We're trying to show off his strength and everything. But come on. When you have a bunch of people attacking somebody, they're going to attack in a freaking mob. Now, I don't know what direction they're going in with the Halloweens. I heard they were going with just a human. And how they're showing it, he doesn't have human power, like, abilities. Yeah, I mean, even if he didn't feel pain, he gets shot, he gets stabbed, he gets pitchforked, and he still gets up. So there's something else going on with him. But he ages. So that's odd. I don't know. This new Michael Myers still has me on the fence. Maybe the next one might be interesting. Who knows? Coming in at number 7. It hurts me to put it so low. But it came out in 2000. Scream 3. Gets 3 stars. Why does it get 3 stars? Out of all 4 of the Scream films so far, it's the worst. And the reason is the timing this movie came out. We had a tragic shooting in a high school. So they had to do like a complete rewrite of this film. And because of that, the story got messed up. And there are some scenes that really make you think there were 2 killers, but they only ended up having 1. Some of the timing and stuff didn't make sense. It seemed rushed and put together very terribly, and I mean, it was still good for what it is. But I think if the original concept made it to the screen, I think it would have been so much better. But for this film, that's why I got 3 stars. I enjoy it for what it is. It's just weird. Okay, coming in at number 6 is Cult of Chucky, which came out in 2017. It gets 3.5 stars. This follows directly after-ish. I mean, there is a... What is it, 2017? There's a 4-year time jump. They actually did keep that going. It's cool that they still do the same concept of the survivor is just crazy. I like that concept a lot. This one was a lot more entertaining. We learned Chucky can multiply? The best word. He can put himself in more than one doll. So this one's a lot more entertaining. I mean, it's in the name. It's a freaking cult. And it's just good. For what it is, it's an alright film. Let's just say 3.5 stars for me. Now coming at number 5. Came out in 2011. Scream 4. 3.5 stars. This one had such high potential for me. I still like it. The kills were interesting. The killer concept was there. That was pretty interesting. Who they decided the killer would be in this one. But I really wish this would have done a lot better, and this would have been the new generation trilogy we were expecting to have, but coming up in January, we may have that coming anyway. I mean, a lot of the characters I didn't care about, and there might be a character who survived from Scream 4 that they wanted to survive if it did good, so who knows. Okay, coming in at number 4, this movie came out in 2000. It gets 3.5 stars as well. Dracula, 2000. I know I've said I don't like vampire movies. They're just not my thing. But I guess part of Dracula 2000 is when it came out. Like, I have a bunch of movies from 96 to about 2003, 2004. I love these movies. The soundtrack is really good on Dracula 2000. The story is interesting. I mean, it's not bad, but it's not great. It's a vampire movie. What can I say? I'm not a big vampire fan, but it's still not bad. Out of everything vampire, this is higher up on my list for sure. Coming in at number 3, this movie came out in 1980. It gets 4 stars. It's The Fog. This is a freaking classic. What can I say? It's just so interesting. The concept of the movie is just interesting. I like it. I mean, you can tell it's a Carpenter film. He's got actors and actresses in it from his other movies. But it's just really well put together. It's interesting how they did it. So I enjoyed it. Now, coming in at number 2, this movie came out in 1999. 4 stars. House on Haunted Hill. And like I said earlier, just this time, I guess, that I really like. And good soundtrack. You're such a notice with me. If a movie has a good soundtrack, I give it decent ratings just off of that. But I don't base a whole movie off of the music. I think movies need just more than music, but they also need like story, acting, you know, all the norm. But music does help. And I mean, there were some graphics that were really bad in the film. Nothing crazy. But you could tell it came out in the late 90s just because of some of the cheesiness of the graphics. But still, it wasn't bad. I'm coming in at number 1. If you haven't figured out what other series I finished by now. This movie came out in 1997. Gets 4 stars. Scream 2. Now for Scream 2. The killer concept was interesting. The kills were interesting. Killing one of my favorite characters was very upsetting. But it's still not bad, and I enjoyed it. It was a really great follow-up film to Scream. But it wasn't Scream. Because, I mean, Scream's just an amazing movie. One of my favorite movies. But it's still a really good follow-up to Scream. I suggest watching all 4 films, and then in January, check out the 5th film. But yeah, that'll do it for this week's weekly rundown. This is the Home Media Cave, where we like to watch a lot of film and talk about them at the end of the week. I'd really love it if you hit that like and subscribe button. Leave some comments down in the comment section and we can chat about film. We can debate, I guess. You can tell me why my list sucks. I don't know. And hopefully this room tour video will be released this week and you'll get to see that as well. I'm shooting for tomorrow, but it may be later on in the week. I just got a little bit more cleanup to do in here, and then I can start filming it and get it going. But yeah, keep it real. Have a nice one.